Morning everybody, Jason, Hollis Farms on the John Deere 7210 this morning with the back wing bush hog hooked to it. What we're going to be working on today, and it may take me a couple of days, on this power line where I don't plant and have my clover fields. I bush hog. A few years ago we used to cut it all and plant most all of it, and used to cut it all right before deer season, but I decided a few years ago to stop and kind of section off these fields where the shooting houses and stuff are, and plus give these deer a little cover and stuff. When I cut it right now, to have plenty of time to grow back before the season, and it lets these deer have a little cover to cross this power line, and plus it makes it a little better on the turkeys. You can kind of slip around on them a little bit, but I like to cut it once a year, kind of keep the power line people out of here, keep the gum trees and stuff from coming back up. So before I think most of it's going to be plenty of dry to do it. It's tall and thick. I just want to knock it back a little bit. All right, here we go. This first little pass here, I keep it cut for traveling on the range or whatever. This right out here is the main thing I'm working on. Cover some ground with this thing. I'm going slow. I don't want to bounce around and get my back sore. I'm pretty good for, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours on the tractor, as long as the grading is worse on me because I got to turn around and watch so much, but this cutting right here ain't gonna be too bad, and I'm going slow because we're 15 foot wide, covering a bunch of ground. Just gonna be doing it one time, so I ain't getting in a big hurry, and try for my back not to be so sore when we get off this thing. What few weeds might be in our clover field or whatever, I'm not cutting them yet. I'm gonna let them stay like they are after we sprayed it. Let what weeds and what grass that the chemical didn't get, keep that shade on that clover. It's a long way from the little 6-foot cutter on the 5065. It's nice to have a tractor to do the job you're working on. One pass nearly 3 times that. Take our time and do it right. Always a couple of wet spots right here. It's all through here. I'm kind of having to raise the cutter up to get this. Seems like it hardly ever dries out. Ooh, I don't want to check the stuff. Golly, that's softer than I thought it would be. Got it though. One more pass through it. make one more pass without, golly, that's wet right there. Come on, baby. Steering and holding y'all, trying not to get stuck. Come on, baby. Alright, made it through it. Always wet right there. Let's dry out something now that we got this grass off. Not bad enough. That'd be something to get the tractor stuck out in the middle of this. Alright, if we can get this one little strip right here without getting stuck, I think I can swing around right here. One spot right there was soft, boy. And it always is. Alright, made that. Got one section done. Looks good too. That little spot right there is always wet. We got it though. Only time we'll have to do that this year. Alright, so this little section right here, as soon as I cross this little low spot, I have been the last 2 or 3 years, let me turn, make sure I don't mess up. It used to go all the way up there, and I've been spraying a little bit, about an extra pass every year. Look at all that clover right there. Since I'm spraying, it is just spreading. I'm hoping to get it all the way down through here. Looks good right there. It's crazy if you spray and take that competition away, how that clover will spread. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out here. Give the turkeys a little clear place to walk. Got this little section. I first had this idea about leaving these sections in between the clover fields and the shooting houses several years ago. It was really during turkey season. Old gobblers would come out here in this power line if it was clean, and they would just come out here and strut on a high spot like on this road or something and look. You'd be way down there, and it really wasn't no need in calling because he could see down there, and if you didn't have a decoy out or something, he could see there wasn't nothing there. And since we started, a deer can kind of see over some of this stuff, but a turkey can't. So if you're out here in one of these fields and he's on one of these roads or in the next field and get the calling, we got to come looking for you. So we did that, and then I got to noticing how the deer uses it, crossing it, or kind of stage in the evening before they come to these fields. So it really works out pretty good. Takes out a lot of cutting too, and planting that we didn't really need to do. Looks good when you cut it, but it'll start growing back up and doing what it's supposed to do now. Well, this clear cut is coming on strong. There's a lot of browse out there. Trees coming on good. Deer's using it. Sure, the hens is nesting in it too. I may get into a couple of wet spots right around in here. Maybe not, because that other wasn't just too bad. Looking good. Alright, y'all, a super day on the 7210 today. I may have only one more day on it, a few more hours on it, and I'll be done with the stuff that I cut one time a year for now, main stuff. Anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Out of here.